we often picture them as simple, half-formed beings, scratching out an existence in a world far less complex than our own. Primitive tools, rudimentary understanding, minds less evolved. This is the pervasive image of ancient humanity, a linear march from ignorance to enlightenment, with us at the summit. But what if this vision is not only flawed, but fundamentally misleading? What if the lens through which we view our ancestors obscures a profound truth about intelligence itself? Strip away the technology, the accumulated knowledge, the sheer passage of time. And what are we left with? The human brain. Anatomically, genetically, structurally, the brain of a person living 5,000 years ago was identical to yours. The same capacity for thought, for abstract reasoning, for problem solving. It's a foundational truth that shatters the illusion of inherent cognitive superiority. Our ancestors weren't less, they were just earlier. The same hardware, running on different software. Consider this: a patient suffering. Perhaps from a head injury, perhaps from something more mysterious. And a decision is made. A surgical procedure, daring even by today's standards. But this is not a modern operating room. This is thousands of years ago, in a world we deem primitive. The target? The human skull. The act? To cut, precisely, into living bone. An invasive, high-risk undertaking, performed by hands long turned to dust. This was trepanation, the drilling, scraping, or cutting of a hole into the skull. And astonishingly, the patients didn't just die. Many survived. Many healed completely. Evidence on ancient skulls shows clear signs of bone regrowth, indicating long-term survival post-operation. It wasn't a crude, last-ditch effort, but a refined technique passed down through generations. A testament to anatomical knowledge, surgical skill, and an understanding of sterility far beyond what we assume for the era. Why undertake such a perilous procedure? The reasons were varied, yet deeply intelligent. Head trauma, perhaps from battle or accident. But also, to relieve pressure, to cure migraines, to treat seizures, even for perceived spiritual ailments. It speaks volumes of their pragmatic problem-solving, their willingness to innovate in the face of suffering, and their sophisticated understanding of the body-mind connection, even if through a spiritual lens. This wasn't guesswork, it was calculated intervention. Long before the written word, before complex mathematics as we understand it, humans were tracking something immense, distant, and utterly vital: the stars. The night sky was not just a canvas of light, but a cosmic clock, a calendar, a guide. It dictated planting seasons, harvesting, migrations. Their survival depended on an intricate understanding of celestial mechanics. This wasn't merely observation, it was the meticulous collection and interpretation of data over generations. They tracked solstices and equinoxes with uncanny precision. Sites like Stonehenge and Newgrange, built thousands of years ago, are perfectly aligned with these astronomical events, capturing the first light of dawn on the shortest or longest days of the year. Not only did they observe, they predicted. They understood cycles, patterns, the rhythm of the cosmos. This implies a level of abstract thought, data extrapolation, and collaborative intellectual effort that belies any notion of a primitive mind. Now, consider stone. A seemingly intractable material. Yet, thousands of years ago, people were not just breaking it, but shaping it. Cutting it. With a precision that still baffles modern engineers. Blocks weighing tons, carved to fit seamlessly, often without mortar. The Inca stonework in Peru, for instance, exhibits joinery so perfect that a razor blade cannot be inserted between the stones. How? With what tools? And more importantly, with what level of conceptual foresight and applied geometry? From precise cuts to monumental constructions. Temples, pyramids, entire cities carved from rock or assembled from colossal blocks. The Great Pyramid of Giza alone is estimated to contain 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing several tons. How were these moved? How were they lifted to such heights? The sheer scale of these projects, their intricate design, and their enduring stability are not merely impressive, they are a testament to an advanced understanding of physics, mechanics, and logistics. These structures required not just brute force, but sophisticated planning. Ramp systems, lever and pulley mechanics, an intuitive grasp of load-bearing principles. Theories abound, but no single explanation fully resolves the enigma of how such feats were accomplished without the advanced tools and mathematical models we consider indispensable today. It forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth: our primitive ancestors possessed engineering intellect that remains, in some ways, unparalleled for its context. Could it be that some knowledge wasn't merely undiscovered but lost? That paths of intellectual inquiry were pursued, perfected, and then, perhaps, forgotten or rendered obsolete by societal shifts, environmental changes, or catastrophic events? The idea that human intellectual advancement is a continuous, unbroken line of progress might be another illusion. What if humanity, at different points, simply optimized different skill sets, different understandings of the world, which we now fail to recognize? Here lies the crux of our misunderstanding, the chronological fallacy. We implicitly believe that later equals better, more evolved, more intelligent. Our modern technological prowess blinds us to the intellectual achievements of those who lived without it. We project our own metrics of progress onto an entirely different world, failing to appreciate the distinct challenges and profound solutions forged by minds every bit as capable as our own. It's a fundamental bias, a quiet arrogance. Their world was one of immediate survival, spiritual connection to the land, and community cohesion. Their genius lay in understanding natural systems, in sustainable living, in creating social structures that endured for millennia. Our priorities have shifted. We prioritize accumulation, speed, individualistic achievement. Both are forms of intelligence, but applied to radically different ends. To judge their minds by our metrics is like judging a fish by its ability to climb a tree. The path of human knowledge is not a series of sudden, isolated leaps, but an incremental climb. Each invention, each discovery, each insight builds upon the last. The wheel, agriculture, metallurgy, writing, mathematics, these were not handed down from the heavens. They were painstakingly observed, experimented with, and refined over countless generations by brilliant, dedicated minds operating within their own technological constraints. A slow, steady accumulation of understanding. We, in our modern world, are not inherently smarter. We are merely the beneficiaries of this cumulative process. We stand upon the colossal intellectual achievements of those who came before. Our advanced tools, our scientific models, our entire technological infrastructure are extensions of foundational principles worked out, often intuitively, by ancient minds. Every calculus theorem rests on basic geometry, every skyscraper on ancient load-bearing principles. We are seeing further, yes, but only because we are standing on the shoulders of giants. The illusion is not that we have made technological progress. That is undeniable. The illusion is that we mistake this technological advancement for a fundamental leap in intelligence. It's the fallacy of confusing the tools with the wielder. Our ancestors, with their primitive tools, accomplished feats that still astound us. What could they have built, discovered, or cured if they had merely been given our starting point, our accumulated data? The potential was always there. The spark of ingenuity, the relentless curiosity, the capacity for abstract thought, for intricate problem solving, these are not modern inventions. They are enduring traits of the human species. They have manifested in different ways, in different eras, under different constraints. From the precise cutting of a skull to the precise alignment of a monument to the precise tracking of stars, the same brilliant human intellect was at work, shaping its world, making sense of its universe. By dismissing the ancients as merely primitive, we do not just commit a historical inaccuracy, we diminish ourselves. We lose the opportunity to learn from their unique solutions, their distinct wisdom, their profound connection to the natural world. Their lives, though different, were not lesser. Their minds, though lacking our libraries and our internet, were not inferior. To understand them is to understand the enduring power of the human spirit and intellect across time. The story of human intelligence is not a broken chain, but a continuous stream. From the first spark of invention, the first question posed to the cosmos, to the complexities of the digital age, it is one unbroken narrative. We are not smarter. We are merely further along in the cumulative timeline. The ancients were just as brilliant, just as capable, just as human. They simply stood earlier in line, laying the groundwork for everything we now perceive as progress. So, the next time you gaze upon an ancient ruin, or read about an archaeological marvel, remember the truth. You are not looking at the work of lesser minds. You are witnessing the enduring genius of humanity, a testament to intellect that transcends time and technology. They weren't less intelligent. They were founders. And we are their grateful, if sometimes forgetful, inheritors. The illusion of primitive antiquity finally shattered. The true intelligence of the ancients revealed.